Hello Reds and welcome to Top of the Cop. We are back. I haven't made a video for a while now, and that is simply down to just a few stream things and a few, like the mic for instance, new mic. So I just wanted to make sure that I got everything in place before I started making some videos for you again. But we're back today with a video. It's going to be based on Jude Bellingham. There's been rumours flying about, and we all love a good rumour, but this one seems to have a little bit of credibility, so we're going to look into that. And we have got a giveaway in today's video as well. We're going to be giving away a Top of the Cop hoodie, perfect for the winter. In fact, it's the exact same hoodie as what I'm wearing now. So if you want a chance to win that, all you need to do is like, subscribe and comment your size down below. Now back to the topic at hand, Jude Bellingham. Now as I said at the beginning of the video, there is a bit of credibility here because the sporting director Sebastian Kehl was asked about the interest in Liverpool, and he replied with something along the lines of, there's a lot of interest in Jude Bellingham, not only Liverpool, so they are aware of it, as I said earlier, but there is no bottom line and no exit clause. He's loved by us, he's loved by the fans, he enjoys that. There are no signs he could leave Dortmund soon, but that doesn't mean that he isn't going to leave, and that doesn't mean he has ambitions to move on. When it will happen, we'd all like to think in the summer of obviously the 2022 season, but the likeliness is he might stick it out in Dortmund for a year, but that's just to help with his progression, I suppose, as a player. But the interest from Liverpool is there, and looking at the fees that Dortmund have obviously set it at, they've reportedly set a 101 million valuation, and from what people have been saying, Liverpool are looking to pay around 80 million, so there's got to be some type of ground found there. And is he worth 101 million? Now it's clear that at his age he is a ridiculous phenomenon. He's playing football out of this world for somebody at his age. You got to look at the fact that he's 18 years old. He's an England international. He's got 100 caps at the highest level of obviously football, in the sense of obviously appearances for Birmingham and Dortmund. And you're buying somebody that's going to give you 10, 15 years of service if he obviously has, depending on injuries and things like that. So he is going to be worth. He's going to come as a premium as well, because look at what happened with Sancho. Dortmund are going to put a premium on top of these players that they've obviously nurtured, and rightly so. They've turned him from obviously a wonder kid into a player that can come in at any time, at any given time, and do a job for Dortmund. So when he comes to the Premier League, whether it is next summer or the summer after, he's going to be a ready-made midfielder at the age of 19, 20. So he is going to be worth the valuation, and I would like to see FSG pull their fingers out and get the signing over the line. But let's look at obviously the benefits of obviously Jude Bellingham, in the sense of how he could fit in around the Liverpool team. So he'd be a perfect person to come in and play like a left centre mid role, on and off, right centre mid, but mainly bounce off Henderson, learn from his leadership. They've already got a little connection. You can see, Jordan Henderson congratulated Jude Bellingham on his first cap for England, and I think Henderson's 400th appearance, when he posted about that on social media, Jude was one of the first people to say, congratulations, mate. So they've got a little bond there, and I'm sure Bellingham's learning off him in the England camp. And I'm sure that if a move did materialise, that it would be a great move for Jude to learn from Henderson and obviously get those years of experience on board pretty soon. It was like when Henderson played alongside Gerrard. Obviously, the whole captaincy getting passed down to Gerrard, Henderson had handed down to Henderson. He'd learned at that point a lot from playing next to Steven Gerrard, and it could be a similar thing that could happen further down the line if Jude Bellingham did sign for Liverpool. And talking about Steven Gerrard, Bellingham does have an admiration for the former captain. Earlier in the summer, he was asked in a video on his England team's on the England team's YouTube channel, which player would he have loved to swap shirts with, and it was up in the air with Gerrard and Rooney, but he did say, oh no, Steven Gerrard, you know, same number shirts, etc., for similar positions. It's an idol of his, so I am pretty sure Jude Bellingham, if FSG and indeed Klopp did make a move for him, would be interested in a move to Anfield. And, you know, let's have a look at some of his traits, you know, because obviously if we're talking between 80 and 100 million to acquire his services, we're going to be wanting to get a bit of bang for the buck, so to speak. And as I've already touched on, he's 18 years old, he's an England international, and you're going to get years of service, injury obviously dependent, but, you know, you'd like to think you're going to get at least a decade. And, you know, with the ball, he just seems to glide around a football pitch. He just seems to like come natural to him, so to speak. And it's quite great. It's quite rare to see a young player who's still learning the trade. He doesn't play by the book as per se. It's more, you know, it's just a raw natural ability that he has to just glide with the ball through the midfield. And, you know, let's face it, he is one of the most elite young players in world football at the moment. You know, even more so that, you know, Birmingham City found a reason to retire his number when he left Birmingham, so, you know, that goes to show how highly they rate him. And he, you know, he's played, you know, when you look at the numbers that he's actually put out since he joined Dortmund, well, last season he played 46 games in, you know, obviously all competitions, and this season so far he's played 15, and that's including 3 goals and 6 assists. So he's obviously, you know, he's producing numbers, he's playing in obviously a foreign league to him, and he's enjoying himself. And yeah, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't be totally upset if we didn't sign him in the summer, although I do think that midfielder should I say, of obviously the next, you know, big thing is needed next year. I wouldn't be obviously at all disappointed if he wanted to stay in Germany for another year, just to solidify, obviously, you know, going from a young kid into a modern day professional at such a young age, because the Premier League can be quite demanding, and the worst thing that he wants to have, obviously now that he's playing regular football, is to come and join a team like Liverpool and then maybe be part of like a squad rotation, but to the point where he's maybe not first name on the team sheet, let's just say. Although I think, you know, in a year or two he'd be, you know, I think in all fairness, if Liverpool did sign somebody like Jude Bellingham, I think, you know, after, you know, several years, I think he'd be in contention with, you know, the armband. I think he's got those leadership qualities. You can see that he's so professional at such a young age. He plays beyond his years. You know, if you listen to anybody talk about Jude Bellingham, they talk about, obviously, they can't believe he's only 18 years old. He plays like, you know, the 24, 25-year-old, and he does. But, you know, it'd be a great scoop for the club if we could obviously get him to sign on the dotted line, so to speak. And yeah, that's all I've got to say on it at the moment. Obviously, if anything else does occur, we do have any more, you know, news on a potential move for Jude Bellingham, I'll bring it obviously in a later video. But let me know what you think. Are you interested in Jude Bellingham? Are you excited at the fact, you know, Liverpool are interested in him? And, you know, would you pay £100 million for an 18-year-old player? Let me know in the comments down below. And until next time, take care, Reds.